After Dark special, where we're going to talk about fuck if I know. I'm Connor McGraw, and this is the Phantom Zone.
Yeah. This is Arlen Haro tuning in.
Hunter Davenport, fuck Skype.
Yeah, fuck Skype. Unstable piece of shit. Alan's here, too.
Yeah, Alan.
I said I'm here, goddammit.
Alan.
It's called an inside
a little,
joke.
a little raptor, just saying his name over and over again.
Alan.
Even though it's spelled entirely differently. Alan.
It doesn't matter. Whenever I imagine Alan in my head, I imagine Alan Grant, but with Alan's face. So,
That's actually great.
you bet that's going to be in the art for this episode. Probably.
I don't think we'd settle on a topic. I think we're just gonna bullshit about whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to do Blade, but nah.
Yeah. Things happen.
Yeah. I watched Bad Taste today for the first time ever, and that is a weird fucking movie.
Yeah, that movie's fucking...
Yeah, it sounds weird from what you guys have described.
It's like... Is it... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it's more gross than it is, like, violent, right? It's not violent gross.
Well, I mean, it is violent, but, like, I'm used to graphic violence in, like, horror movies and B-movies and shit. But, like, there's something to this movie and how they do it. It's, like, it's super practical and cheap, so it just looks like discarded animal guts half the time. And so it has, like, a look and a texture, and, like, you feel like you can smell it, and it's always slapping against something. And there's always, like, 78 extra squelches, like, for every gore effect. And it's just, it's really in your face.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
like it.
impressive, though, because it's Peter Jackson's first feature-length movie, and it is there's, like, a whole sequence where they're, like, using squibs and, like, lots of gunfire and shit. They blow up a section of a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, I've never seen it. All I know of it is that it's often called the New Zealand version of Evil Dead.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
And that's just what you hear over and over again.
And as I said in the chat earlier, it's less gross than Evil Dead because Evil Dead hits you over the face with its, like, disgusting shtick so hard and so many times. By the end of it, you're just like, I'm good. Like, nothing else you could do could bother me at this point.
Yeah.
I think I was done on Evil Dead when the chick gets stabbed in the ankle with a pencil, and there's like 4 different shots of it twisting around.
Oh yeah. I always have a weird time with that movie because I get angry when people call it too serious compared to the original. Because I've seen the original a couple times, and I don't understand when people tell me it's supposed to be a comedy. Does that make sense? Because the original Evil Dead.
The first one is easily the least comedic of the 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
it's more straight up horror than...
Yeah, I feel like people forget the first one and just remember the second one.
I mean, to their defense, like, Evil Dead 2 kind of acts like a soft reboot.
Well, yeah, because there's no canon in the Evil Dead verse. It doesn't exist. It's an example of anti-canon, which is something that exists in a couple franchises.
Through some kind of shenanigans, like, I guess he wanted to use footage from the first movie, but he couldn't for some legal issue. So he basically just made, like, an abridged version of Evil Dead 1, and that's, like, the whole first 20 minutes of Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, and it's over like that, and then it gets to the main plot of Evil Dead 2.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting. But they are very similar movies, so I do understand people confusing them. But, like, I feel like, because when I rewatched it, I was like, this is, like, it's not quite Texas Chainsaw, because Texas Chainsaw is a movie that's so real that when I tried to watch it, I couldn't finish it, because it just felt like it felt too believable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and so it's not quite that, but it is also very like, oh wow, this is not polished at all. So yeah, that's an interesting movie to watch and have arguments with people over who only remember the second movie.
The second movie is...
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Danny Elfman, because the entire opening of that sequence of that movie is just insanity.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so we were talking before a little bit about Danny Elfman, and Connor stated before that he thinks Danny Elfman is not a pop artist. Would you say Oingo Boingo was pop?
It's more like weird... fucking categorizing Oingo Boingo is hard.
Right. I'll
It's kind
say
of punky, it's an amalgam of different kind of rock genres to make something that there's just nothing else like.
Boingo
guess-
Boingo confuses me every time I hear it.
I guess band music with a band, not score or whatever.
Yeah.
But you are of the opinion that his work on Oingo Boingo is more interesting than any of the scores he's ever done.
Yep. Not of his musical work in movies, anyway. It's not that I hate it. I'm just like, meh. I'm completely indifferent to it.
Yeah. And I always have a very hard time challenging you on that because I haven't listened to enough Oingo Boingo. So we are at an impasse.
Boingo is good shit. Even Chris, I put a post about Dead Man's Part, and he's like, Oingo Boingo fucking rules. They do. They're great because no two songs are alike. That, and it's also a lot of their big hits are just fantastic Halloween music. Dead Man's Party, No One Lives Forever, Insanity, and I Thought I Heard Somebody Cry. Or you can play them back to back to back to back at a Halloween party and it just fits right in.
Interesting.
Really good shit. A friend of mine got me into them. Actually, the friend of mine who I'm doing Movie Dumpster with got me into them years ago. That's why I watch Bad Taste today, people, because we're there to watch fucking movies you find in the dumpster.
Oh man, are you gonna watch what is it called, Demon Toys or whatever?
Demonic Toys?
Demonic Toys, yeah.
Maybe. We're trying to do actually, we're going to watch, because of the show, we are going to watch that Sean Connery movie that we brought up during the League episode.
Oh, yeah?
What movie is that?
Mr. BB or Mr. What the fuck was it?
Is it the animated one?
Yes, we're going to watch that.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah, I brought
The movie
that up, and
that's-
Joe was like, we're totally watching that.
The movie that's recorded with him probably in bed, half asleep.
Oh
and
my
he's
god, are you
that
kidding me? He
line,
probably never left his house to record that movie.
I'm a forest ranger. He sounds half dead.
You want to come to the studio there, Sean? No. Why would
But he did it because
why would I do a thing like that?
Yeah, and he did it because it's a Scottish production, Scottish heritage, and all that.
I like when Rick Moranis says, I'm going to retire from acting, and then he fucking does. And then Sean Connery says, I'm going to retire from acting, and then does something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind of half-assedly, too.
his retirement is like, guys, I can't remember lines anymore, which doesn't help. Yeah, he's got that Nicholson situation going
Well, I
on.
guess Nicholson's whole issue... Wait, Jack Nicholson. I'm thinking of Nicolas Cage. Never mind.
Right. No,
I know.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage's issue is because he keeps buying fucking ancient bear skulls instead of
Well,
paying his taxes.
He's had to slow down on the ancient bear skulls, but yeah. No, Nicholson, full-on Alzheimer's. So, it was a big story that he's going to be in a movie next year. And
Does he really have Alzheimer's?
yeah, so, that's why...
I mean, he looked like shit in The Departed, so...
Yeah. And that's one of the last big movies he was in, other than the Rob Reiner one with, Morgan Freeman. The...
Bucket List?
Yeah, Bucket List. That's the last big movie he was in that I can remember, at least.
I don't remember the last time I've seen him on screen, so...
Yeah. So yeah, he has a hard time remembering the words that he's supposed to say, so...
Ouch.
That's effectively retirement for an actor.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I'm surprised they could... Well, no, apparently Christopher Lee was an absolute fucking badass until the moment he died.
Oh, because he read the entire Lord of the Rings once a year, just because it was fun to him, because he's so incredibly smart.
He made a metal album at the age of 91, all right?
He made 3 ML.
The scariest man in the world.
I mean, this guy got to play Dracula, Count Dooku, and Saruman in this.
He's the number 2 villain in the 3 huge trilogies at the same time.
Yeah, and did he play Dr. Frankenstein Or did he play the monster at some point? I know he played the mummy.
Although
He was
his exit in Two Towers, depending on which version you watch, is either really satisfying or really weak.
Yeah. His ending in
Eat shit in Two Towers, the director's cut.
yeah. The ending in because he dies in Return of the King in the extended cuts, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Not Two Towers. Yeah, in Return of the King, the extended cut. Who here
He
hasn't
fucking
seen the extended cuts?
It's been a while since I've watched Lord of the Rings.
He gets tossed off the tower he's on, and is just straight up impaled on this like wheel spike or some shit.
That's Peter Jackson's origins just coming through right there. Yeah. It's like, ew.
Did you say in the chat that Billy Zane was going to be in Legends of Tomorrow?
Yep, he's gonna be playing.
He's not the Phantom, is he?
No.
That would be nuts.
Alan got tricked for a second because that was in the headline of a YouTube video I was watching. But no, he's going to be playing P.T. Barnum, which is perfect casting for Billy Zane. Star of such films as The Scorpion King 2.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Billy. Sorry.
Look, no, if you want a real recommendation, you go watch Demon Knight, okay?
Ooh.
What about
Yeah.
Demon Knight?
The Tales from the Crypt movie. It's fucking rad.
Wait, they made a movie all about a character from Tales from the Crypt, or what is it?
Wait, you've never seen Demon Knight?
No, I don't think I have.
No, it's like Twilight Zone movie where it's basically just one long
Mhm.
episode, but it's theatrical length and it's like, there's
Oh.
no censorship.
Okay.
And
Anthology.
Demon Knight is this insane. Whoa! Thanks, autoplay. I'm deaf. Demon Knight is this movie about like this fucking. It's like this demon hunter who's on the run from Billy Zane, who is like an ancient demon who wears like a purple button down that's half open and just like overacts the whole time, and it's great.
That sounds
and, like,
amazing.
The demon hunter like kind of seals himself and all these people inside of a hotel or a lodge or something like that, and it's a siege. So basically the demons are trying to get in the entire time because he has some kind of artifact or some shit. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's really good. It reminded me of Feast reminded me of Demon Knight,
Mm.
and Feast is good
Yeah.
shit. Those who haven't seen it.
I have a theory that the guy who played Emotep in the Brendan Fraser Mummy, I have a theory that
Secretly
he
Billy
killed, or that he killed Billy Zane's career. Like I think what happened is he came around at the exact right time when nobody wanted to hire Billy Zane.
He was
Because
like,
the
"Hey,
Phantom
Billy
came
Zane."
out. Yeah, like he was in the Phantom, and then that movie just bombed hard. I can't wait till we watch that for this podcast.
I
By the way.
have never seen that movie.
Oh wow, I've
I've
seen.
sci-fi movie.
Oh
There was a-
god.
There was a Phantom sci-fi movie?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta.
It's very
Ooh, the costume design is the.
Oh, hold on, I'll show you a picture. It's really bad.
I'm going to look it up right now.
It's really bad. Like,
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's a dude in a hood.
Wow.
Like
Holy shit. He looks
that's
like he's about to go skiing.
he does.
Yep.
What the fuck is this? Alan, have
It's a
you seen
ski
this?
mask.
Alan.
Oh, Alan died again. What the hell happened?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like it's so bad. The design is so bad. I've seen
Oof.
pictures of it. And I'm like,
Good God. Did this even make it to air?
yeah, because it's sci-fi.
Oh, I mean, yeah, their bar for quality is not high, but I don't think I've ever even heard of this. There's a fucking picture of the box set. What?
Because people are buying this
He
shit.
looks like a fucking purple cosmonaut.
Oh, and the bad guys are even worse.
Wait, don't they have like the weird putty things? Or like, I remember very clearly that. Oh God, this picture is really bad. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in the Skype chat. But this whole movie is just fucking bad. We should watch this.
I've still. Well, I'm down to watch maybe an episode of this. I'm certainly not paying for it though. But that's a
No,
definite.
you don't have to pay for it. No one's.
I will never. But I've
'Cause, like-
never. I remember seeing trailers, the original Phantom, when I was little, and being like, I want to see that because I was
Like, I'm
literally
looking-
only because I knew Phantom from like Sunday morning newspaper comic strips.
Ah, interesting.
So it was just something familiar to me. That's it.
And the worst part is, like, I understand wanting to modernize shit, right? And like going with a design that doesn't look so cheesy, but like I'm
Or
looking
bad. Like, you can make a good design.
Right.
I know you can hire artists.
like a design just came up in the thing. I'm gonna put it in the Facebook chat, but like this design is perfect, and I'll try to put it in the WordPress notes. But yeah, like
That looks just comic booky enough. Like this
Yeah.
dude looks like he's wearing a bunch of excess like riot gear and paintball equipment, like,
hmm
and then that fucking hood.
yeah, the
His
hood is
has-
really what kills
His
it.
hood has a visor.
hmm
That's just Paladin for Marvel, yeah.
Oh my god, it says something when like just straight up purple latex or like not for like purple fucking spandex suit and
Mhm.
little fucking mask on your eyes is much better than this.
Yeah.
Simplify, in the words of what's his face from Night Museum. Second one, I love that movie.
hmm
Well, okay, I love that movie for one reason, and that is because Hank Azaria is like on fire that whole movie, and every bit he's in is hysterical.
Mhm.
The rest of it's utterly disposable. I still haven't seen the third one. Alan, where the
God damn it, Alan.
Alan?
Alex,
Aaron,
Mhm.
somewhere. I hope there's a raptor.
Somewhere in time, somewhere in space.
he might have passed out.
Yeah.
He's
He made up.
He's on the messenger. We'll figure it out. I hope like next time he looks in the mirror, it's not his reflection, it's just the raptor, and just goes, Alan. That's just his like eternal tormentor from this point on.
Alan.
5 years from now, he's talking to a doctor. He's like, all I see is raptors with hats on.
I don't understand.
I hope he just
Rap-
joined back in the call.
Raptors with bright red beards.
Alan!
Jesus
Whatever,
Christ.
I'm sure he'll turn up again.
Yeah.
Maybe else doing anything this week? I've had I left my job, so.
Yeah, you fucking got a new job.
Fucking, I'm in the middle of a fucking 4-day vacation. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm done with like in a classroom school. So that's a thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like well, not forever, but like for now, like no more classes, no more books.
Wow.
Well, probably a few books. I still have to do some online stuff.
My last day was technically supposed to be Thursday, and then Wednesday I got my check. I was like, wait a minute. I don't have any more reason to stay here. This is it. I just walked up to the office manager. I was like, so can I make today my last day? She was like, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I was like, cool, peace out.
Bye.
Funny if you
Nah,
dropped
I
a smoke
stayed my
pellet.
whole shift. And no one ever saw him again. No, I stayed for my whole shift. Well, most of my shift. I think I
Yeah.
tried to leave like 20 minutes early, but then I had to say goodbye to all the humans and animals, and I only got emotional when I had to say goodbye to the animals, so.
I mean, that makes complete and total sense. I don't
Yes.
see why it would be the other way around.
Yeah, I was like, they're like, oh, you cried over Haystack. I was like, you'll be fine. I don't know what's going to happen to Haystack.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah, exactly. Haystack is this poor cat who has been at my hospital since November. Well, not my
Oof.
hospital, more. I don't know what he's doing there. He was boring initially, and then he got sick, so he had to stay longer, and then he got better, and he's just still there. We don't know if his lady's going to come get him or not. So, I'm going to go and
That's
visit
a
Noel.
yeah, that's a good idea.
We have several cats who've just been like, we're like, hey, you coming to get these cats? And it was like, shrug. Like, good talk.
I worked all week, I guess. Here's the thing. I haven't really done shit all week.
Yeah, same.
Like, except work.
I don't know. I wrote a couple like philosophy paper things.
Hunter,
Like-
Market Basket's a grocery store, right?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes.
I had no fathomable idea of what your work environment was like until I saw the video of the manager kicking the dude's ass.
Okay, that was in Massachusetts, but yeah, for the sake of my job, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I already got talked to about that. But,
Oh wait, okay, guys, I think I do have something that we can talk about. So, what has your opinion been of It Comes at Night? Like, just based off what you've heard, and
Everyone says it has a non-ending.
I have no idea what it is.
it has the most non-ending possible. But I'll give like a short review, sort of. So it's post-apocalyptic. It's kind of, if you want like a feel, like what it feels like watching it, it's a lot like The Walking Dead. I think it's a little bit better shot, a little bit more artful, but it's the same tone, sort of a Last of Us, Walking Dead feel. And it's about this family that just lives out in the woods, and the dad is like a history teacher, so and as it tends to be in fiction, history teachers are always super prepared for everything. That's a thing in another movie with Hugh Jackman that I can't remember the title of. But yeah, he was really prepared. He was ready for some shit to go down, and there's some sort of disease that is killing the people in the cities, it seems. Nobody really knows anything. Their house doesn't really have internet or TV. They're very much like hermit people. So
Hermit people?
yeah, well, they're hermits. They don't like strangers.
Okay.
Or just, yeah. And so what happens is it starts with one of their family members dying, like a granddad dying. And it brings other people to the house. Possibly another, like, bigger group of people. You never really learn about that. But then this other smaller family that's just starting comes, and it sort of messes up their routine. So it's all about them and how they interact with each other. And it's a really well-done movie. The first act is really good. It's really tense. You really care about Joel Edgerton, who is the best part of the movie, I'd say.
Well, he's phenomenal in everything he does.
Yeah. I mean, he nails it, and he does so much with so little. He's really great. There's this other young actor whose name I don't really know, who's really great. The mom of the first family, she is in Alien Covenant. She's the woman who's married to Billy Crudup in that movie. She's playing kind of a similar character. I think she's a little bit better in this. But it's a really good movie. It's really tense, and the second act is really tense, and it really builds, and you're really worried about what's going to happen to all the people involved. Because, kind of spoilers, they start to like turn on each other just a little bit, and not
I
trust
heard it
each
was
other.
kind of like The Thing, like where that element gets brought.
It's
comes up.
similar, and they set up. Okay, so this is where my problems with the movie begin. At some point, they set up that there is something in the woods. They don't know what it is. You never get any answers as to what it is.
Oh, it's one of these movies, isn't it?
It's whatever you want it to be.
But you get like growls, and they're very unidentifiable growls. It could be anything, because they're not like, you're not like, oh, that's a cat or that's a dog. It's like weird monster growls. So what happens is, whatever this thing is, it gets into the house at some point, but just to drop their dog off that it took earlier in the movie.
What?
And it just leaves it there, and it doesn't ever come in, as far as they can tell. They don't know if anybody came in contact with it, but this is where the problems begin, because they start to think that this like little boy in the movie might be infected. He might have gone in there and touched the dog or whatever it is. But then instead of ever showing you the monster disappears from the movie. And then at what would be the second act break into the third act, where there's some sort of final confrontation where you figure out what the monster is, where the monster attacks whoever is left, the movie just goes to credits. And you don't get any...
Oh, fuck that.
And I was sitting in the theater like, holy fuck, you just...
Wasn't there a horror movie some years ago? It was one of those like piece of shit found footage movies that like it has some kind of weird cliffhangers, abrupt stop, and then it says like go to this link for more information.
What?
Sounds familiar.
Oh,
God, that sounds stupid.
Damn it!
Was it the remake of Wreck? Was it that?
No.
No, it wasn't that.
It was a crappy exorcism movie that like I think it ends in a car accident and like the camera's in the car and everything like that and blah. And then like
Is it the Anthony Hopkins one?
no, that's the right. This was like I said, it was found footage.
Mm.
Oh, I want to say it starts with a D.
Found footage exorcism. Demonic? I want to. Was it The Last Exorcist?
No, Last Exorcist was great. Devil's Door?
Maybe it was.
No, it's not Devil's Door. I can't remember what it's called, but
Because that one was found footage.
yeah, but like Last Exorcism is really good and it has a nutty ending. No, I can't remember the name of this. It's not really important because it is a terrible movie. Chasing the Devil? No. Oh, Delivery, The Beast Within. There we go. That's it. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it has an abrupt ending that tells you to go to this website.
What?
Although we're going to talk about recent horror movies at least released. I started watching one, and before I even say what it is, I'm just going to give you a little background for it. This is a blurb from Cracked, which has the best information on it. In 2002, a millionaire oil heir named Andrew Getty decided to write and direct a horror film based on his own deeply disturbing childhood nightmares. Dumping his own money into the project, Getty began to transform his mansion into a makeshift studio, buying up tons of film equipment, crafting unique rigs, creating his own animatronics, including a puppet octopus designed to play the drums for a single scene. That is in the movie. Production took 6 years to complete, after which Andrew began obsessing with the film's edit, covering his mansion in post-production studio. Converting his mansion to a post-production studio. It was in this mansion he would later be found dead in, having succumbed to a hemorrhaging ulcer caused by ongoing methamphetamine addiction.
Wow.
So wait,
It just came out. It came out 2 years after this fucker died. And let me tell you something. If the first 20 minutes are any indication, this looks like a movie that was made by a meth addict.
So this is like a Grizzly Man situation? That's what it sounds like.
Kind of.
Man.
I'm imagining...
I've watched Grizzly Man recently. It's a great movie, but like I want more movies like that, where like at the end the dude just straight up dies.
Well, I watched the beginning of this, and it has like you can definitely tell the dude who made this is fucked in the head. There's a scene where the main character having these nightmares. And that's kind of what the gist of the movie is. He's having a nightmare, and the big ugly guy from the original Hills Have Eyes is in his room, basically naked, but his skin is gray, and then he curls up onto the bed, holds the dude down on his stomach, so he's face down. He then nails a zipper into his back, undoes the zipper, and crawls into his body.
Okay, then. So this movie is part, like, found footage, like, recreation of his dreams, part...
No found footage. This is all straight up.
Okay.
It's called The Evil Within, which is funny because the fucking sequel to the game's coming out. But yeah, it started production in like... when did it start?
So this guy hired, like, real actors.
Yeah, Sean Patrick Flannery's in this. So is Dina Meyer. Both Saw alumni.
Shit.
Yeah. This is before Saw really went. This is before Saw went into production. Because Saw was released in 2005, I believe. We're getting an 8th Saw movie.
Do we need more Saw movies?
I love the Saw movies, and I say we don't need a new Saw movie. Like, it's wrapped up. We're done.
I don't like.
Yeah.
What?
Like this, it came full circle with the ending of the 7th one. We're done. We're good. And like the plot of this one is basically the plot of the last few movies. It's like, ooh, someone picked up the mantle of Jigsaw and maybe has an apprentice or two. I'm like, yeah, that. We've been here. We've been here 4 times.
Yeah.
We're getting that, but I can't get a fucking Friday the 13th movie going.
Let's not even fucking talk about it.
Why?
No, because the story behind that is fascinating. They keep moving it to the next Friday the 13th that is coming up because the movie keeps on falling apart on them. Like,
And now it's stuck in like some kind of messy litigation nonsense.
Well, because so what happened is Interstellar started to become a thing, and then in order to make sure that Paramount got to make the movie, I can't remember exactly, but it was a deal so that whoever was releasing Interstellar would be compensated. So they gave them the rights to Friday the 13th for a little bit. And now it's like in between studios, but they had an idea for a found footage Friday the 13th, which, you know what, at this point, I'd be okay with that.
Sure, why not? I don't care.
They're not doing anything with it. No one is doing anything more interesting.
It also made Jason look more like a weird boogeyman if you couldn't see him coming at all times. Like, if he just like abruptly appeared in the side of the camera.
Also, like, do a Blair Witch thing, but like commit to it and don't let people know it's Blair Witch till the movie comes out. It's really easy.
Yeah, just swap out that woods for Crystal Lake. It's basically the same setting anyway.
Yeah, just call it the lake. That's simple. And then sell people on it. And then like the night of, start like promoting it as the Friday the 13th movie and let the hype build. You know, because there are a lot of people who were saying when Blair Witch came out, well, no, it would never work to just have a movie secretly be one thing and then reveal it and have it be a hit. Then, like, 5 months later, Split comes out. Split does exactly that.
Yeah.
And Split was a gigantic hit because they sold it as its own movie, and they weren't expecting people to come, and they weren't expecting, like, Blair Witch numbers or whatever those numbers are supposed to be 20 years later when nobody remembers Blair Witch, other than, like, really hardcore horror fans.
I'm not crazy about the original Blair Witch. I get its place in, like the lexicon of horror culture and language and stuff like that. But, like, I don't know. It's watching it now, you're like, all the magic is gone. That's just a product of time, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it follows a rule that that I consider a rule, is that when horror movies get old, they stop being horror movies and they become dramas.
Or comedies.
Yeah. It's one or the other, or sometimes a combination of both.
We mentioned Evil Dead before, and I'm sure Evil Dead was released as a horror movie.
Yep.
And then later on kind of became known as kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Some of the Friday the 13th movies and Nightmare on Elm Street movies are all hysterical if you go back and watch them.
Yeah, but like, if you've never watched Never Sleep Again, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Never Sleep Again. They were starting to play into it by the time 5 happened.
Yeah, that's a stellar documentary, by the way.
Yeah, it's so good, and it's 4 hours long, but it's worth it.
Yeah, the Friday the 13th one is just as good. Yeah,
I didn't know there was a Friday the 13th one.
Yes, it's the same team, so it's a long-ass documentary, and then both documentaries meet at the same spot, obviously, so you get perspective on Freddy vs. Jason multiple times from both sides. And I guess, like, the writers were pissed about that movie because, like, the studio added some stuff that wasn't, like, when Kelly Rowland, the Destiny's Child girl, when she calls Freddy the F word, that was something they added, and I guess they were in the movie, like, the premiere, like, what the fuck is this? We didn't add that.
That's gotta be like, man, that, like, imagine, like, writing a movie, and then it's all filmed, and then finding out they added to it. Like, that's...
They added something that would age terribly and would later become known as, like, a really vitriolic word to an entire community of people, and it's not cool to say and throw around.
Yeah, like, it's just...
It's just like you're in the middle of this, like, ridiculous slasher fest, and all of a sudden that happens. You're like, whoa!
Yeah. Fuck.
Which I think is funny, it's like juxtaposed, like, somebody gets cut in half. You're like, yeah! Somebody says a word. You're like, hey, wait a minute!
Hey, guys, I got some trivia. So the guy who directed Never Sleep Again, he edited 11 episodes of Legends, so...
Holy shit. Wow.
Synchronicity. Okay.
We have a small universe we live in.
Yeah, everything connects eventually. That's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, I want to see that Friday the 13th documentary because
it's really good. And you get to hear from some of the surviving Jason actors and how much they all fucking hated being in that suit. Except Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder loved it.
Yeah, I bet.
I guess like the dude who played the fourth one had a dispute with the director because he kept her in this really cold, like they filmed the movie that's supposed to take place in the summertime in the dead of winter, and she's naked in a boat in this freezing ass water. And I guess like this kept doing takes over and over again, and the dude who's playing Jason threatened to beat his ass. Which, and if I'm anybody and someone dressed like that threatens me, I'm gonna listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
In a heartbeat. I guess he's lucky it wasn't Kane Hodder or Ken Kersinger, because like Kane Hodder could probably smush him with his hand, and Ken Kersinger could lift him off the ground probably about 3 feet.
Crystal Lake Memories, the complete history of Friday. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm watching this shit.
It is
moment I
real
can find
good. It was on Netflix for a long time. I don't think it's still there anymore.
it. Huh.
I
Corey
miss
Feldman is the only
my
one
slashers.
credited.
Well, he narrates it, obviously. He's like the most...
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But
He's
he
the
gets
most
Tommy
famous
Jarvis.
Friday. Yep. Even though there's
Everybody
a better Tommy
else.
Jarvis in Friday the
Tommy
13th.
Jarvis is like, isn't Tommy Jarvis supposed to be like the big hero of the Friday the 13th franchise?
Well, he's really the only recurring character. He's in 3 films.
Yeah.
Played by different people each time. But he's the one who killed Jason. He beats him. Well, he beats him twice. He doesn't beat him 3 times because Jason is not present in the 5th movie. The
Which
5th
is the
movie is
bizarrest.
a very strange movie, and it was made by some guy who has some really shady background in the porn industry.
Makes sense.
And I guess like I don't know what he did beforehand, but that explains why the movie is so like graphic and smutty.
Mm.
We're talking about Freddy vs. Jason, right?
No, Part 5.
Oh, Part 5. Yeah, okay.
Oh no, Part 5. I mean, Freddy vs. Jason was directed by Ronnie Yu, who did some like zany Japanese action horror movies and Bride of Chucky.
Weird. That that seems like a good fit for that movie. But
Yeah.
wow. But anyways, yeah, Part 5 is really weird. Like, kind of different, if I remember correctly.
It is. Well, one, it's not Jason. It's not. It's an imposter dressed up as Jason for reasons, with like the weirdest twist ever. Like he's an ambulance driver who had a special needs son who is at this like home while the main characters stay, and he gets cut up by an axe by like someone else that lives there, and then he just goes insane and says like, "I'm gonna dress up as Jason and kill people." It doesn't really work, but whatever. And then the ending is it like tries to imply that Tommy will become the next Jason or something like that, and they completely drop it in the 6th movie because they realize that was dumb.
Yeah, that is pretty stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a movie series where Jason's now fought telekinetics, telepaths, not telekinetics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 7's great because it's just like Kane Hodder getting shit thrown at him for 90 minutes.
Jason Goes to Hell is pretty alright.
I'm not a fan of Jason Goes to Hell.
Hey, I think
It's
Friday
different.
is really like people have their own favorites.
They do.
Yeah.
Most people like their original 4. I love the original 4. 3 and 4 are great.
The most is Jason Takes Manhattan.
I don't think anybody likes Jason Takes Manhattan legitimately.
The most deceptive movie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's weird.
most of that movie takes place on a boat, and then you're in Manhattan for maybe 10 minutes, and most of it is actually most of it is Toronto, except for a few shots.
God damn it. I mean, here's the thing.
It's either that or it's somewhere else. It's just not New York for a lot of the film.
All
The 80s is a crazy time, guys.
Yeah. No, I miss my slashers. I don't get. I mean, slashers exist, but not
Mm-hmm.
like they used to. The My Bloody Valentine remake was like the closest thing I got to like reliving those days because that movie's actually really good.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's really good.
it is. It's awesome. The original My Bloody Valentine's great too. It's not a traditional slasher and it's really interesting. It has characters you actually like.
Yeah, weird.
Give a shit about.
Weird.
Yeah.
I remember I used to go to this local video store with like my weekly allowance and just like get as many horror movies as I could, and that's how I burned through most of the 80s like major hits.
Yeah. I will say I'm kind of tired of ghosts and demons now. I'm
Yeah,
really
I am too.
Have a horror movie that comes out in theaters that doesn't have a third act where someone's getting exercised.
like
That's
Like-
every movie.
that's what made Hush refreshing. Like it's a guy. It's a person. And I think Home Invasion is getting a little old too, but it
It's
felt
scary.
right, and it felt more slasher-y than most Home Invasion stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, because if you ask the director, he said, like, Hush is as close to a Halloween movie as he was ever going to make. Or, like, it's very similar to what his pitch would have been, which is interesting.
Two of the best home invasion movies I've seen are Funny Games, which is a good watch if you really feel like fucking your day up, because that movie... One, that movie has fourth wall breaking moments that deliberately rob you of any kind of satisfaction.
Uh-huh.
Like, the main characters at some point, it's premise is these two kind of weird, I'm going to use the word Aryan looking, just like just for a visual,
Yeah.
very calmly and organized, kind of just take some family hostage, and then psychologically torment them the whole time. And at some point, like, the husband wrestles a gun away from one of them and shoots one of them and kills him. The other one says, hold on, picks up a remote and rewinds what you just saw and then undoes it.
What?
Yes.
Whoa.
And then the movie progresses until it has a fuck you ending where the villains win, and it's just it's nuts. I saw the American remake, which has Tim Roth and Naomi Watts. And it's a remake of a German movie. It's basically a shot-for-shot remake, I think. Yeah, it's insane. And the other one is called They. It was them? I think it's They. It's a French home invasion movie where this couple has their house sieged by what sounds like little creatures at some point, and it turns out it's like 15 little kids.
What?
Yes.
That
I think it's based on a true story, too.
That's weird. Like, that'd be horrifying, actually, now that I think about it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
kids are fucking creepy.
Well, and then, like, I guess it is based off some real crime that happened in France. I've never seen The Strangers, so I can't even comment on that.
Yeah.
But the best home invasion movie ever is still, crap. Oh, god damn it. The guy who directed The Guest. What the...
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Oh, god damn it.
There's a movie, fuck, what's it called? What is it? It's like, there's like these little creatures and they come out through a fireplace and like...
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie fucking terrified me as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I remember watching that, like, as a young kid, like, when I wasn't supposed to. And, like, that fucked me up for life.
I saw, and it took me a long time to remember what this movie was, and little did I know people had been talking about it around me, like, my whole life. I saw this wacky horror movie when I was little with lots of weird practical effects, and, like, I just had the distinct memory of, like, large arms coming out from underneath someone's bed and grabbing at people. It's The fucking Gate, which I have not seen since I was, like, 4 years old.
Really, The Gate?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This is, like, nutty, PG, like, kind of kid-centric horror movie that's got, like, loads of practical effects and, like, good scares. I haven't seen it in years. I need to go revisit it.
Oh, I remember this movie.
Yeah.
That's like, the little things are horrifying.
Mhm.
What the fuck?
I guess a lot of the weird effect shots were filmed, like, there wasn't any, like, they just did, like, really hard forced perspective to make things look really small.
Yeah.
Sounds very 80s.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And I have memories
This movie
of that.
looks sick.
The Gate?
Yeah, it looks really cool, actually.
It's nutty. It's full of, like, cool monster effects and everything.
Oh, did they remake it?
I don't know. Did they?
They might have.
God, I hope not. I would know a lot of angry people.
Let's look it up.
Well, because I looked up The Gate, and then there's a picture of the CG thing. Yeah, I know.
There's some horror movies you don't need to remake. Like, I guess, like, slashers, you can just infinitely reboot them over and over again until the sun explodes.
No,
But-
the Gate remake never happened. It was supposed to happen, but it didn't.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
But, like,
okay.
you don't need to, like, and the My Bloody Valentine remake worked, but, like, why are we remaking Train to Busan in
What?
English?
That
This
one
Just
doesn't make
fucking
sense to me.
release it. Like,
Like, that stuff pisses me off every single time. Like, let the right one in. Let me in as a fine movie. It's fine. Matt Reeves directed it. So there's a reason to watch it if you want to know who's directing the Batman and what his directing is like beyond Apes. But it's not better by any means.
It's basically it's like Rec and Quarantine, where you're basically like you're only swapping out a language. That is all you're doing. It is virtually the same film. And actually, Rec has better scares than Quarantine, which is weird because they're basically, like I said, they're almost the same exact movie.
Yeah, I got really angry a couple months ago when they announced that Max Landis was doing American Werewolf. Still a little angry about that.
Why?
Because nepotism.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you could say nepotism, but like, wasn't John Landis also like kind of, without really it being spoken, like told to fuck off?
Kind of. Like,
I mean, he kind of got 2 kids killed and killed a prominent actor. Not him. He didn't pull a trigger, but
in the 90s, he kind of decided to stop caring, and also like distributors fucked him over.
Oh, he Copola'd.
Yeah. Him and God, that's so accurate. Yeah, him and Coppola, they stopped caring what the studio said, so they kind of didn't get to work as much.
I watched Betwixt, I think it is, or Twixt.
Yeah, I couldn't.
From Francis Ford Coppola. That is a really bad and strange movie with plump Val Kilmer with a ponytail. His
experimental movies that aren't horror are good. Otherwise, no. Like when your last great movie, and I think it's a great movie, is Bram Stoker's Dracula, you got a problem. You got something. I mean, again, I think that's like the best adaptation of Dracula ever, possibly. But
I love that film.
Yeah,
love it to do.
Like,
it's no Dracula 2000.
You can cut. God damn it, Hunter! You can cut together as many clips of Keanu Reeves in that movie as you want. Still a good movie.
Holy crap! His accent in that film is comedic as hell. Like what he says, the line I love it is, "I know the bastard lives in Carfax Abbey."
It's so good.
He's aggressively not British, and it's like slipping through. I'm like, dude, just be American. Why are you?
Like, just explain it away.
To do that.
Just explain away. This Jonathan Harker is American, or he grew up in America, but his parents were British.
Somebody had heard him behind the camera and been like, "This is awful."
Jonathan Harker doesn't specifically need to be British. I don't think.
No.
Right. Mina needs to be British. That's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't remember her name for some reason, but she's killing it in that movie, and so yeah, like. And Gary Oldman in that movie.
This doesn't make me want to go watch Dracula. It makes me want to go watch Dracula Dead and Loving It with Leslie Nielsen. It's one of my favorite comedies ever.
It's the best pastiche of a movie ever, probably.
I love that movie. God, it's so good.
Because there's so many moments where they completely recreate the Coppola Dracula. Like,
yes.
And they're referencing that movie more than the old movie, but it's so good. I love it.
Like him and Van Helsing having the last word, and like Dracula just passes by the glass. He's outside and passes by the door and just like has the last word and just walks off.
It's so good. God, the comedic timing in that
sequence
movie.
with fucking Renfield is the best. Did you just scoop that beetle into your mouth? No, it was fine. It was a raspberry. I miss when spoofs were good.
Yeah.
Now I have date movie, epic movie, disaster movie, superhero movie, and 7 scary movies?
We're going to get okay, so they're doing a Star Wars spoof.
No. Stop right now.
They announced it.
Its title is the fucking worst. It's the most like, aren't we funny and self-aware? Haha.
We're just copying meme culture, guys. It's like I
don't think... And it sounds like they're like, it's from 2 of the 6 writers of The Naked Gun or something like that, some shit like that. I'm like, yeah, we're probably old, do not know what's funny anymore.
It's the same people who did the scary movies and the epic movies and that bullshit.
Yeah, they're all terrible. And the key to a good spoof is like, I don't know, it's like lightning in a bottle. Because like the first 2 Hot Shots movies, the first like 10 minutes of Hot Shots There's not a second that goes by where there isn't some kind of gag going on, whether in the foreground or in the background. Like, it's nothing about the movie is serious whatsoever. And there's like a million things happening all the time. Like, I think in the opening montage of them, like, on the aircraft carrier, it's like someone's directing traffic in a tutu. They're roasting hot dogs on the fucking exhaust from the jets. People are playing football in the background.
So good.
There's everything happening in that movie. The second one, like, riffs fucking Terminator 2 effortlessly.
Yeah. And
Saddam Hussein melts, then reforms with his dog, and then becomes a Yorkie version of Saddam Hussein.
So good.
Hunter, have you seen those movies?
What movies?
Hot Shots 1 and 2?
No.
Holy crap. Okay, the first one's a spoof of Top Gun.
I loved you in Wall Street.
Yes! Alan lives.
He's alive.
That scene is hysterical. It's Charlie Sheen and who the fuck is it? It's Joe Estevez?
Probably.
It's one of the Sheen Estevez brothers. And they pass each other on a boat, both stand up and go, "I loved you in Wall Street," and then sit back down.
God damn it.
It
I
is.
love how that Alan came back in.
I know. Hey, welcome back to the show, Alan.
Yeah, the title of the new Star Wars spoof, Star Worlds
God.
episode. What the fuck ever? Like, seriously, you
What the fuck?
motherfuckers.
Star World's episode.
They need to be shot.
3,500? I don't even fucking know.
What?
It's so-
He was named oh god.
I know.
Force
It's
Awakens
the-
went rogue. Fuck you.
I know.
Only a few. Okay, there's one movie that can get away with a title that long, and if the incredibly strange creatures who stopped living became mixed-up zombies,
Yeah, or
it is
Don't-
awesome.
or what was it? It's a Wayne. It's one of the good Wayne's brothers
Don't-
movies,
don't-
and it's
Fuck.
yeah,
Like,
don't
listen to something while drinking juice in the hood.
which has one of the funniest sequences ever, and it ends with somebody aiming a nuclear missile at a person with a rocket launcher. God, it's priceless.
I think what I was trying to say before about spoofs is that nowadays it seems like people confuse jokes and references, and then just write
Yeah.
off references as jokes, and
Yeah.
then call it a day. Like,
Big Bang Theory.
they're doing half the work a lot of the time, and they're being lazy and they're just throwing in pop culture references.
that are
keep
always
it
dated.
timely.
By the time the movie comes out, it's been a year and a half. No one
Mhm.
who's to say that this fucking Star Wars piece of shit spoof, there will be a Harambe gag.
Oh, totally.
Guarantee it. There will be
There's going to be a gorilla in this
there'll
movie
be a
at
Dat
some point.
Boy reference. We'll have Talkback SpongeBob, all that shit.
Yeah, like, because I remember watching, I think it was Epic Movie, the one that's primarily making fun of Narnia. And there's a Lazy Sunday joke, which is, and Lazy Sunday I think was 2 years old by this point. Lazy Sunday, if you somehow don't know what that is, a cultural moment. It's probably the music video that saved Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
Like, legitimately. Gave Andy Samberg his career. Allowed him to make one of the funniest comedies of last year, if you haven't seen it, which is what is it? Never
Oh.
Stop Stopping.
Never stop stopping. Yeah.
Which is, okay, well, I mean, that's a perfect segue. That movie's a spoof, technically. It's a spoof of real life. It's sort of a mockumentary type thing. And it's specifically making fun of Justin Bieber
It's like what
and
it's
Justin
like
Timberlake.
what Sacha Baron Cohen does, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of. It's very similar. And it's him and...
I'm sure nowhere near as shocking.
It's, no. Well, I mean... there's a moment...
Okay, like when I was watching Borat and I'm in a theater and all of a sudden the screen turns into literally a giant flinging dick.
No, my favorite is Bruno, which I have to turn off.
Okay, it's Bruno, not Borat. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about. Bruno.
Bruno opens
Yeah.
with a man with, I believe it's a man hooked up to a fucking machine,
Yeah.
Probably.
It's either
All
that
I've
or
ever seen opening that movie is when he picks up the small dude who has a bottle of champagne in his butt, and then he pops the cork off the bottle while it's still in his butt, and then picks him up and pours a glass of champagne with him.
it's so insane.
Fuck. I hate this so much.
There was one line he dropped in the beginning where he's at that modeling, the modeling contest, and he's like, what does he say? He's like, lift your shoulders. What is this, a slavery auction? I was like, oh, fuck.
It's so good.
God.
I haven't seen The Dictator yet. I need to see The Dictator.
Yeah.
That's alright. That was fine.
I like Sacha Baron Cohen. He's one of my favorite parts of Sweeney Todd.
He is the best part of Talladega Nights. I tell you right now.
Yeah, he is.
The movie.
He's the only watchable part of Les Miserables.
Never saw it.
It's
Don't
not
care to.
good.
Not a big fan of musicals, which is funny because I just mentioned Sweeney Todd.
The only reason to watch that movie is the fact that it is music throughout the entire film.
Nope.
Which is
Nuh-uh.
which is something that I was like, wait a minute, they didn't really do that, right? That's a joke. No one actually did that. Nobody actually thought that was a good idea, right? When you watch it, it is the most try-hard bullshit on the planet Earth. Like, oh, they thought that they were making art with this. No, you're just singing lines of dialogue that aren't meant to be sung. So it becomes so boring, and the songs lose any impact until it goes into solos. Because everything else is just bullshit. Because it all blends together. Like, none of it feels distinctive. Like, and if there's something to like about musicals, it's the standout song. It's the song that everybody remembers and that everybody sings in public accidentally. It's not one unending song that just keeps on going and going and going until Anne Hathaway has her solo and everybody cries during a trailer. Yeah.
Wow, that was a really cool rant on Les Mis.
Yeah, I don't.
The how it should have ended. The how it should have ended guys riffed Logan by basically just turning their how it should have ended Logan into a gigantic musical number that's based on Les Mis, but it's all about comic book movies. And they just do like I guess the big number in Les Mis, and like at the end it's like they're all of them are on like that Bale like fashioned wall, the barricade thing.
Yeah.
And like everyone's there. Like I think like Marvel, DC, everybody. Those guys are so good.
I had a thought. I forgot where I was going to go with it. It was back to horror movies, and I remember. Have you ever seen the movie Troll Hunters?
Oh, Troll Hunters rocks.
Okay.
That's getting remade too. Fuck everybody.
Really?
I know of it.
Yep.
Because I was.
It's real cool.
I was just about to say if that gets a remake, fuck everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to. It's been in the works. It's in the pipes for years. Troll Hunters is about this kind of. It takes place in Norway.
Yes, Norway.
Yeah.
It takes place in Norway, and this like film crew goes out to. I can't remember what they go out to initially document.
Yeah.
But they stumble across this dude who he's like, yeah, I'm a troll hunter. And they're like, trolls aren't real. He's like, yeah, that's what the government wanted you to think.
And then
he is this like
trolls.
Yeah, he's actually and like his methods are like like the most fantasy nonsense. Like he's like, oh yeah, they don't like UV light, so if I hit them with this, they'll freeze, and a whole bunch of this stuff. And like they come in various sizes and like shapes. I think like there's one at the end that is like basically the size of King Kong.
Yeah, they're fucking like
really good, and
really cool.
it's like it's super imaginative. There's nothing like it. And there's like I guess there's like a government agency set up specifically to fight trolls.
Mm-hmm.
I think at some point the Norwegian prime minister or someone in government filmed a kind of like cheeky like viral ad where I guess he went on camera and denied the existence of trolls, and then someone comes up and basically talks to him real fast, and then he recants the comment.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Troll Hunters is good. There's a handful of found footage movies I saw all at the same time that are really good and that don't get talked about, like the Poughkeepsie tapes. Poughkeepsie tapes is awesome.
Oh, Poughkeepsie tapes is fucking creepy.
It's nuts, and it's hard to find because I don't think it was ever released widely. So you basically have to track it down the internet and watch it illegally.
And that makes it even kind of creepier.
Yeah, it kind of makes it this kind of forbidden fruit kind of thing. That and Lake Mungo is really good too. Lake Mungo it's Australian, and it's this found footage kind of like, it's more documentary style, so you get like people being interviewed and stuff. It's this family whose daughter dies weirdly at some like camping trip or some kind of beach excursion, and then like what appears to be her haunting them kind of snowballs into like there was possibly someone who is stalking her who might have been in the house at times, like, and they kind of trick you into thinking like maybe there's a haunting, maybe it's a hoax. And then it just kind of builds on that. I won't give it away because the ending is really cool. It's really good. That and The Tunnel, which is this British found footage movie where like this TV team goes into a tunnel and just get like set upon by this fucking thing that you never get a good look at, but it's terrifying.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I watched VHS Viral, I guess. I guess this is on topic.
Boy.
It's really bad. The only good section of that movie is the portal section where he
that
opens.
is an awesome little short.
Yeah, like that on its own, make a full movie for that. Like he
Just
goes
the
to
visual
this
of like when his bizarro wife comes through he somehow runs into like the otherworld version of his wife.
Yeah,
and her pregnant belly opens up into a big fucking mouth.
It's so good.
It's so
like,
cool.
like he goes to the other side and like everything seems fine so far. But like there's a picture that's out of place and it's like a picture of like a bag full of blood.
It's this dude literally builds a portal to a parallel universe and hops over.
Yeah, and like it starts like, okay, well, there's like a reverse cross or an upside down cross somewhere. And you're like, okay, well, this is just it's the same world, but everybody's a Satanist. Okay, that's not that different. At some point, there's this very sudden reveal where they're all like some sort of weird alien creatures whose lower body opens up and they have like glowing eyes, and there are like blimps throughout the sky like playing like horns, and I think they're supposed to be like the horns of Babylon or something. But like it's this weird crazy shit, and it's this other universe where they like eat people or eat each other or something. I don't know.
I think he goes to like, doesn't he go to have sex with his wife or something like that? And I guess like,
well, no, because the other one goes to his world, and he like eats her face.
oh, that's right. Yeah, his dick is also a monster, and I think he murders the Earth One wife. Yeah, it's crazy. It's awesome. I saw ABCs of Death, both of them, and those movies are whacked.
Yeah,
because they're completely uneven. Because one, you're not going to get anything even out of 26 horror movie shorts. It's not going to happen. But like you sit through all of them, you're like, that was weird. That was bad.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was bad. Hey, that's good. That was weird.
Yeah. Oh, I remember why I watched VHS. I don't know if either of you two have ever seen Spring. It's on Amazon. It's genre, but it's not horror, if that makes sense. It's kind of like, you know those romantic movies about a guy who goes to another country and he starts to fall in love, that type of thing?
Yeah.
It's that, but the girl is some sort of creature. You never like get like this is a Maenad or something. Like she's some sort of creature who's like 2,000 years old.
What is this movie called again?
It's Spring. But like this guy, he goes to Rome to get away from his problems, to get away from his sadness because his mom just died of cancer. And he's just going there like to get drunk and sleep with a weird European girl. And he gets to do that, but she's much weirder than you would have ever thought. So yeah, it's not like scary, but I really liked it. I've watched it a couple times.
What movie terrified me, found footage wise, is The Bay.
The Bay.
The Bay is insane.
I remember the marketing for that.
Fuck with you. The Bay is based on the idea that like the Chesapeake Bay has become so polluted with like chicken runoff and steroids and where the fuck they're putting those birds.
Yeah, I've seen this movie.
And then like so the arthropods that are in the water, they start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually start becoming parasites on humans and like bite out their tongues and hang out in their face, and they get covered in like blisters and open sores and everything. It's nuts.
Yeah,
it's horrifying. Like it's not cheap. It's not jump scares. It is in your face, just absolute grotesque terror. I have a list in front of me actually now. Creep is good. Creep's a little weird. Creep's kind of got a non-ending.
Yeah, I don't like the ending of that movie. The ending is the worst part of that movie, I think, but I like the build up to it.
Well, like what is it?
Another
Mr.
movie
Peaches
I saw
or something
recently
the fuck
is
his name?
Yeah, Mr. Peaches. Yeah.
Unfriended was really good too. I actually liked that more than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be shit.
Yeah.
Although I think mostly because
I want to watch this Bay movie now.
Oh, The Bay it's fantastic. I think it might still be on Netflix. Unfriended and
it was
The
on
Den.
Netflix. I remember it was.
The Den is another.
I've heard that. I've heard that the Unfriended was good.
Unfriended is good. So is The Den. The Den is a movie about this woman who I can't remember what she's working on. She's doing some kind of web project. She stumbles upon like someone sends her a video message of someone just getting flat out murdered, and then it's basically a snuff website that kidnaps people by luring them into these little chats, and then they broadcast their death on the internet. And so it's all told via chat windows and like video chats.
How many movies are we going to get that is just the and then like a noun or like a pronoun?
Until the
That's
end
not
of
as bad
time.
as the ones that are just one word and they're like the most incredibly hard words to like search for anything. Oh, the Den is though. Okay, I'm gonna look at that.
Yeah, like
Say
movies
that
like
later.
Anthropophagus, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Like found footage movies. There are some really bad found footage.
Yeah.
movies.
Oh yeah,
Frankenstein
most of them are
theory.
terrible.
The Frankenstein theory is awful.
What did I watch recently that is like I was lured in by a bunch of like film festival quotes on like some like fucking box set or something. The Dark Tapes. I watched that and it's dreadful. It's exactly what you expect out of like a no-name found footage movie. And then I saw the Lost Tapes, the Bigfoot movie, which turns out, surprise, isn't a Bigfoot movie. It's 90 minutes of found footage, shenanigans. Where they're like, oh, we found Bigfoot. You don't see anything. And the end of the movie, it's not Bigfoot. It's basically aliens. And they're like hooved weird things. And the last line of the movie is like, it's not Bigfoot. And then credits.
Mm.
I think the only cool thing about that is like there's some visual of a guy impaled in a really large tree.
Huh.
Oh, Europa Report's good too.
Europa.
Yeah, Europa Report is the one where they go to the moon of Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's because there's water beneath the ice, but it's also because there's water. There's weird ass fucking squid life forms that'll get on board. That's good. Devil's Pass is really good. Devil's Pass is about the Dyatlov Pass incident, and that's one of the most fascinating.
That one has fucking everything in that movie. If I remember correctly. Like,
that movie's
it's
got teleporting
time
mutants.
travel, and,
It has time travel, interdimensional beings, teleporting mutants, shady Russian government. It's awesome. I love that movie. I also love the Dyatlov Pass incident. Dyatlov Pass, for those who don't know, is this weird incident in the Russian mountains where 9 hikers all end up dead in really weird ways. I think one of them had her tongue removed and had injuries that they said were basically like the kind of injuries you'd sustain in like a bus crash.
Yeah.
And everyone's like there's nothing around them. There's no indication they were attacked by anything. Lots of, and like the bodies are separated, and like they're like two groups, and like one of them's like hundreds of yards away from the tent. It looks like they scratched their way out of their own tent. Yeah, it's nuts. No one has any answers for it. But I don't know. I think we can probably start wrapping soon.
Yeah.
I have to pee so bad because I've been drinking nothing but caffeine all day.
All right. So are we gonna wrap her?
Yeah, we can wrap.
All right.
So
So
this
Yeah,
has been the Phantom Zone After Dark special number 5? 5? 4? I don't remember.
yeah, I think it's 5.
Something like that. Yeah. I'm Connor McGraw. You can follow me on Twitter at Western Commander. Or please join the Facebook group. We got a whole bunch of new members today. We're over 200 members, which is nuts.
We finally hit 200.
Yes. Although at this point, if you're listening to this and you're not part of the group, I
What are you doing with your
don't
life?
have words for you at this point.
Yeah, what are you doing with it?
Group.
My guy. You can follow me on Twitter at Davenport. You can find my writing on the Haro. We're just finishing up E3 coverage. Holy shit, I'm glad it's over.
Mm.
It's almost over. Well, tomorrow is the technically last day.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else? I had something else prepared to say today. We don't pimp out Eric Dudley enough, but he does our theme song.
Yes, and his Video Game Hour theme song is the best.
It's amazing. Like,
Yeah, and
Yeah, perfect.
according to Alan, there may be a movie special theme at some point. So
All right.
So, look
Yeah.
out for that. And, yeah, that's it.
You can follow Alan Muir at the Alan Muir, I believe, on Twitter. Yes,
Yeah.
he's Twitter's own. So yeah, please acknowledge his graciousness.
Yes.
yeah, you can follow me at aaharo on Twitter. The Haro or lostharo.wordpress.com, like Hunter said. Please share this podcast if this is your first time listening. You can subscribe to it on thephantomzone.wordpress.com. That's all the different places to find this weird podcast that we do. So yeah.
Bye.
Bye.